Hello everyone and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week, well, this is the second week in a row we delayed the show till Friday, and it was for one very particular reason. Preliminary patch notes, and apparently motorcycles in Los Angeles while we're at it. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be talking about the preliminary patch notes, class changes, quests, all that good stuff. It's going to be a long show. But I want to get back to monster hunting, so let's get started. I'm one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Overomo. Of course, joining me is Slyh, aka Slythefox, aka Slyh, aka Greyfox, aka Slyh Hunting the Fox, aka you, my boy Blue. How you doing? Why are you holding up a finger to me? And you guys can't see him yet, but it's not that finger. He's just he's checking he's crafting a weapon. Hold on. You crafting a weapon? You making a trap?
I'm good. How you doing?
Were you making a trap? You getting your login bonuses?
Nah.
No?
I already got this.
None of those? Okay.
Weapon. Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Instead of this. But you know what? Whenever there's a lot of things to talk about, we'd like to bring on a couple of extra guests, Slyh. You know how it do, right?
Yeah.
So we have the other two horsemen joining us tonight. Of course, we have the man from down under, Ethis Asher himself. They can't see you yet.
Hello.
Don't wave. Don't wave at us.
I'm
I don't
wave anyway.
I don't want to see you wave.
Waving. I'm committed. I'm waving.
Yeah. And Mary's also waving, and he's also here. Very Mary is here. Not in his VR chat version.
Hi.
That was
I'm not nearly as cute as my VR chat.
I don't know. I think you're pretty cute.
Ooh.
I mean, you have a hat that says "Eat" on it. It's not much cuter than that. It says Beatles. We established this before the show actually started.
Eadles.
No, not Eatles. Beatles.
Oh, look, I can wave now.
There you go. He was doing
Hi,
that.
guys. Hi,
There you go.
everyone.
That's it. Okay. Well, gentlemen, how are you doing?
Wow. Good. Pretty good. Meh.
Mare, that's
Doing
wow. You
good.
guys are so full of energy and young and spry and ready to go.
Look, I've got a really good excuse.
Yeah, you had Australia Day yesterday, so that I'm honestly surprised that's not a Bloody Mary in your glass right there. little celery stick coming out the top. Get that post hangover beverage right there. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to talk about this, but I'm still just thinking about Monster Hunter right now.
Same.
By the way, Ethis, before we start, I want to say one thing to you. I think you personally will really enjoy Lost Sphere and all the themes about that game. I think it resonates very well with you and your person. I feel like you should play it and figure out why at some point in your life.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're a big fan of RPGs, like normal RPGs, like single-player playthrough RPGs. I don't know.
Sounds like a challenge.
I honestly, it's just, I just imagine you glistening in the moonlight playing that game.
Why am I in the moonlight? Is there like a hole in the ceiling?
You'll know. You'll understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right. Okay.
So we have patch notes to talk about, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
I suppose
Before
we do.
we start just scrolling down and doing as we do, I will begrudgingly to myself, because I know what to expect, ask each of you if there's any one point you would like to talk about before we start doing that, to make sure that you all... Mary, don't give me the look. That's why I said I was begrudging, because I already knew what one of you was.
I have nothing. You have nothing,
Slyh.
I want to leave this for Mary because I know he definitely has something.
All right, so Ethis, do you have any one point that you would like to make sure we at least land and focus on at some point here? Is there something that tickled your fancy?
No, not so much, honestly.
All right, then we don't need to ask anyone else here, because
All right.
I think we already know the final result. I don't even need to ask him. You don't need to say words this whole show. Mary, you could do this whole show with your face.
He kind of is right now.
Now show me your actual face for the thing you want to talk about.
That almost looked like a raid face, really. is that your raid face, Mary?
That was his rage face. It was more like it. I think that's a little more accurate. You know, nothing about Mary is going to be on point this show, because the one thing he wants to talk about, and his shirt
Can't.
speak volumes about this patch notes. That's his shirt and one other thing speak volumes about these.
Yep.
All right, we're just gonna start scrolling down from the top, Mary. I already know what yours is, and we're already gonna focus on it when we get there. Main scenario stuff. Not much to say. They hide all the titles anyway. So unless you guys, Ethis, I don't know if you have any specific comments from the trailer from last week in regards to the story that you maybe want to add into this, since it's all question marks.
No. I think you guys basically covered everything when you were talking about the trailer.
Even with Asahi sus Brutus?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Yoshida let slip that he is a Goblin for now. He sort of did a sort of for now. A lot of people have been looking at the name Brutus, and hey, Brutus is a dude that betrays the Emperor.
E2 Brute.
Yeah, so what's up with that? And
Maybe
obviously
he was the guy clenching his fist back at the end of 4.1?
Yeah, it was. It absolutely was.
Yeah, okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah, interesting character. Please look forward to it.
Yes, I have a feeling Varys didn't actually send him. Oddly enough, I would believe that. Does that mean Garlemald for 5.0 is starting to get in through there? We're starting to ink out that there's some people that maybe aren't happy with the way Garlemald's being run.
Well, we've known that for a while.
But I mean, like now there's like
within,
like
but from within.
Within.
No,
Like,
I don't know if you
everybody's
care,
unhappy
but
with
apparently
Garlemald.
our nameplates are fucked up.
Are they?
Supposedly. Someone said
Sly,
so.
Mr. Happy, Mary, Ethan.
No, it looks fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Camera's a little off center for me.
Someone in
That's
chat
a
said
little
we were
unfair.
mixed up.
I could always fix that up, but it looks like at least the names are right.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I just saw it.
Oh, it's a joke because you both are.
Oh.
Get it?
I get it.
I thought they were being serious. I'm fucking stupid.
Another thing
Got
we
me.
learned from one of the interviews that came out the past few days is that Doma will also be the focus of 4.3. We won't be bouncing back to Alamigo's side until a little bit later on. I think Alamigo's fine. I think Doma's a little bit more in the thick of it, personally. Now, talking about story stuff, the first big point we need to hit on, luckily, is right here at the beginning of the patch notes. Something that people are saying main scenario roulette dead. And that's the decision to disable cutscene skips in Castrum and Praetorium. For new players. It's for them, not for people like us who have seen them a million times.
Main scenario roulette is for new players. What the fuck is that?
That's LA for you, man.
Oh, jeez. It's for the new players, right? Like that roulette is for the new players. You queue in so you can help out the new players. What happens when you queue in and you start telling the new players to like skip cutscenes because you want to hurry up and get your tomestones? And what's been happening since 2.0 is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't want to wait, don't fucking queue for the main scenario quest roulette. So now basically they just don't have an excuse. They can't bully the new players to skip cutscenes, and they just got to fucking sit there. I think it's
You
great.
can still bully the new players, but not about cutscenes.
So I feel like this wasn't the right way to approach this. I think there were other means, because here's the thing, not being able to skip the cutscene is a lot different than being forced to wait for somebody else to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred something like the boss. You can't approach the boss until everyone's out of the cutscene. Like the wall is locked until everyone's through the cutscene. Because I don't want to sit there I don't want to go through the cutscene. That's it. Like I just don't want the cutscene. For me, that would have been the better solution than actually having the cutscene and it being unskippable. I think they also may have screwed up. I mean, I need to see how much EXP it is, but 200 poetics ain't gonna do shit. I ain't going in there for 200 poetics.
No.
It better be a whole level.
They
One
do.
whole level.
Yeah, it does need to be a massive amount of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be. They said that
Me
they're going
too.
to
Yeah.
adjust that accordingly, and I think they will.
Me too.
Sly.
I think they'll make it worth the extra time.
Sly, you don't seem convinced that this is ever going to be worth the extra time. You're looking at your face. I can just see it.
No. Like, first of all, I thought this was unnecessary.
kind of like quite a few things that were announced in the live letter. As far as, potential rewards, I don't think it'll ever be worth it. I don't think they could put in as much as they want to, and I don't think it'll ever be worth it to go back and do it. Not even a level.
I somewhat agree. A level's like my minimum for like getting me in there. I think they're going to run into the issue that no one queues for this anymore, and that the players who want it done are absolutely going to be suffering queue times more so than skipping cutscenes. There's a solution for a cutscene that gets skipped. You go back and watch the cutscene later. There's no solution for 3 hours of your time not getting into the dungeon that is required to progress through the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think this was the right decision. Would you guys have any alternatives that you would have preferred? Slyh says you said you don't think this was necessary, period.
Right.
Mary, do you have any suggestions?
More rewards, crack clusters, throw a couple in there.
Dude, you're gonna have to give me crack crystals. Like
Crack crystal.
Crack clusters.
you're gonna, because dude, I have 250 crack clusters. You're not getting me in there for crack clusters. The hunt is gonna, maybe 10 crack clusters. Like you'd have to give me like 10, like 15, 20. Just give me a full stack and maybe I'll go in there. Especially when materia prices are gonna very, very soon. So it seems none of us are too thrilled. Ethis, you're like neutral about it. You don't like dislike it, but you kind of see the evil there.
Yeah, I see what they're trying to do, and I know that going into what is supposed to be an epic grand finale of the first the first sort of major story arc of Final Fantasy XIV, and you either feel pressured to skip the cutscenes, or by the time you get through your cutscene, the fucking dungeon's over and you're like miles behind, and it really would like ruin the sort of experience and the feeling of what those dungeons are supposed to be for new players. So something needs to be done. And I don't think this is a terrible way to do it.
Make it a solo instance.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that sort of detracts a lot from it as well.
And another thing you have to kind of take into consideration is, how many people are actually doing this like at the level versus how many people, new players are using the jump potion and won't even see it probably ever.
So some of the chat is suggesting Squadron NPCs. I think there's an issue with that in the way Squadrons aren't introduced to you till you're already at a certain point. They would have to redo Squadrons, which they recently just did, to be something you pick up at the really low dungeons, in which case you're probably encouraging using it to go through any of the story dungeons like Total Rock and the Primals and whatnot, which isn't inherently bad, but is also a complete departure from the way the Squadrons work now, which I think is the main concern.
I think this is just the easiest way to address the issue without spending any resources on anything. And there could be better ways to do it, but this is like better than how it was, I think.
Okay, moving on. They have Chronicles New Era, 4 Lords, which they said should be quite the spectacular side story quest. Omega himself, which we'll be getting into Nero's coolness as a major factor, and Midgardsormr's role in the story, which has been relatively unclear up until now. Something worth noticing is there's in the side story quest, there's a quest called 1001 Farewells, which requires you to do the Precious Reclamation side quest, and also Short Arms of the Law, which was the Domin level like 54, 55-ish side story quest with the Domin children. So there's some sort of follow-up to that, it seems, that's going to be coming our way. And under that is a little side note that says, for prevention of spoilers, location where this quest is accepted has been omitted. Players will discover this location via the main scenario quest, where they will then have access to an aetheryte. I don't know, is that referring to that? Is that referring to a different location that isn't mentioned here? I think it's referring to the quest right above it.
Yeah, I think it must be.
Where could that be then? Is Doma itself going to become, like, as Doma rebuilds itself, is this something that will begin to work itself out? Is there an aetheryte being established in Doma? So since they're rebuilding
in the yeah. That's
I don't
possible.
know. That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is getting the Idleshire treatment, sort of.
A little bit. I mean, the Enclave is kind of.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, so what place names would they be worried about being spoilery? I mean, obviously Alamiga
Yeah. Which we know this has probably nothing to do with.
probably has nothing to do with. So the only other one would be the Domin Enclave, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So we may be seeing something along those lines. Fract Continuum Hard Mode, the Fashion Report, other side quests that we don't care about. But anyway. Moving on, we have the Ananta Beast Tribes. Nothing much to say here. How much do you think it's going to play on their vanity, FS? Because that was a big thing when you gave us the last Air Zivia with Ananta questions, was the vanity of the Ananta.
Well, so this is interesting. I don't think it's going to like center around their vanity. I was expecting the Ananta at first to be a crafting sort of focused beast trap quest, and it looks like that's not going to be the case. And it looks like they're reclaiming Castellum Veladina of the Veladina River, which looks really, really interesting. So I'm not sure what to think. We've been told that it's basically the daughter of the brood mother, so it's an Ananta princess effectively, who's wanting to make a greater contribution to the cause of the resistance. So that's all we really know.
Sounds a lot better than the Kojin. I really like the Kojin quest, but basically it was, hey, we need a culture now that shit's a little bit settled. You know what I mean? So,
do you think it'll have Ethis? Do you think it'll have anything to do, or kind of call back to the recent incident, Lakshmi, and the events of 4.1, I believe 4.1, where we.
Well, I don't think that 4.1's main scenario quest is going to be a requirement for this, is it?
No, it will not.
No. I'm just asking. Do you think they'll call back to that event, particularly?
I mean,
because it was an Ananta who basically resummoned Lakshmi.
It was a Kalyana, more specifically.
Yeah, it was a Kalyana. It was the clan.
I mean, it could be like a coil thing, where if you've done it,
yeah, it
there's
could
a little
be.
Line. If not,
it could be, and I think that would be interesting. And I'm sure there's gonna be like a bunch of references to Sri Lakshmi, of course. But I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Like I say, I was expecting it to be a crafting beast tribe.
Yeah, I'm surprised you thought that one was. I mean, obviously with their vanity, it does make some sense. But I was just surprised that you thought the 4.2 beast tribe.
Whole culture is focused around crafting gems. That's what they do. They make gems.
Yeah.
So Culinarian's gonna cook up a nice
5.0
gem.
gem cutting confirmed. There you
Culinarian's gonna cook up a nice gem.
There you
They
go.
could.
Imagine,
I don't know, dude.
Imagine the weaver like weaving, and then it's just a gem.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
dude.
go weave a ruby.
I mean,
You can weave a ruby into a shirt. To be fair,
yeah, there you go.
it's just I just imagine that you just make a ruby, just like
cook some lettuce gems.
lettuce. Gems.
Yeah, like stir fry them, or I don't fucking know.
Stir fry the gems. I guess diamonds really are forever then. Anyway, there's gonna be some buffs to crafting and gathering XP, getting up to 60. Should be a bit easier. Now the treasure hunt is something I was a huge fan of the treasure hunt back in the 3.x series with the Aquapolis. I haven't enjoyed the 4.x one as much for one reason or another. So these changes, I don't exactly know how they're gonna play in for me, but have you guys spent a lot of time working on Uznair or anything along those lines?
I did today.
Really?
Oh, really?
How'd that go?
How'd you do?
Floor 6.
Not bad.
Not bad.
But no hidden
I mean,
canals.
what
One map,
rewards did
but
you
we
get?
didn't have enough people, so
Okay. Yeah, better not
Did
play
you get
it,
anything worthwhile?
no.
Maybe that's why. Maybe I just don't feel like there's enough. I remember with one big thing with Aquapolis that worked really well was there was a lot of gear from there that was also available in Palace of the Dead later, and for desynthesis in particular, I found a lot of added value in the Aquapolis.
Plus, there were leaves.
Dude, listen, there's no better thing than opening up
Tree.
a treasure chest and it's empty and there's just leaves sprinkled on the bottom and someone going, holy shit, I'm gonna be rich. And there's just fucking leaves in there.
Oh, you open it and an entire tree comes out.
Yeah.
I've actually been going back and doing Aquapolis because the wool tops there are worth like 2 mil.
Yeah, no, that's still worth a lot of money in there.
Yeah, the money from Aquapolis is actually still very good. It shouldn't be dead content because it's actually worth doing. If you
No, it shouldn't be dead content, and obviously that's what they're trying to address here. Because like it's fun, like doing Uznair, it's good fun. Like I'd love to be doing it. I can't find people to do it with. They can make it more worthwhile, a little bit more tantalizing. Then I think people should get in there because it's fun. Like it is.
There's millions.
I mean,
to be made.
if they add the booty shorts in there, you know everyone's gonna be fucking loving it. So
Those booty shots. If they make those booty shots female only, I'm gonna cry because I need those booty shots.
Can I get some fan art of Ethis in booty shorts by the end of the show, please?
and the
Dude,
sweater
Mary.
and the sweater.
I'm wearing short shorts right now.
Hell yeah.
Short shorts are not booty shorts.
Well, only if you don't have a booty.
Why are we having this conversation?
If you got a booty, any shorts are booty shorts, baby.
Can I get that on it? Can I get that on a shirt?
Please.
Can I get that on a shirt? Please. Anyway, moving on.
Nice.
Squadrons. Great transition. So we found out what all 3 dungeons are going to be for the squadrons that no one's doing anymore because
Zemail. Holy shit.
Zemail
It's
Darkhold.
a male Darkhold.
That is going to
No,
be.
for me, Pharaoh Sirius is. I think of the boss with the dogs.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're going to be immune to all this shit, aren't they? Like they're going to
They'll
either
have
take no damage or they will straight up be immune to half the effects in these dungeons. Can you imagine trying to get your squadron to stand on the crystal in Zemail Darkhold so they don't fucking die or they can actually deal
No,
damage?
that's what I was thinking. Like, how are they going to do that?
Like, even with disengage and re-engage, I'm not confident at all
Yeah.
in their ability to handle such simple tasks.
I mean,
then
I
you-
keep saying that we need to have like a placement for the tank. We need to, like how you can place your pets. We actually need to be able to say, go here specifically and stand there.
Mm-hmm.
No, just make them unkillable gods. That's the solution.
Looks like that's what they're doing, eh?
Yeah. And then you have Copperbell Mines hard mode.
And that we knew about already. Though.
That we knew, but it doesn't make it any easier in my head. I specifically, I don't imagine doing that as a tank. Like as... Because you gotta
What
pick
part
up the
of-
crystals. You gotta pick up the crystals at the final boss.
Okay.
There
They're
are
not
so
gonna
many-
do it.
There are so many level 50 A Realm Reborn dungeons that have like basically no mechanical stuff to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
They've put all the other ones in.
The one that actually have mechanics.
Maybe because
Yeah.
they want to push the limits. They
It
wanna-
says that their behavior's been adjusted.
Well, I guess we'll fucking see if that's the case.
I don't know if somebody's been beating them while I haven't been going into my barracks to get them to fucking listen, but
My bitches are still doing push-ups. I have not seen them in about a year and some change. They're
Dude,
probably
they're gonna be.
Dude, I visit my waifu's every day.
you visit them, but you don't sound like you do anything.
I mean, I make them get
Are-
me little tickets for teleporting.
Oh, dude, just hunt.
Or-
Fuck that.
I do, but sometimes I like to not use a ticket if it's like a 200 guild teleport.
do you,
and then
do you get the
I-
manuals?
But
Yeah.
but then why are you sending them to get the ticket if you don't want to use the ticket for the 200?
No, I use the 40% off for when I'm doing like a
Oh,
200
you're talking
guild
about. I thought you
teleport.
were talking about the ether because there's ones that teleport you to in front of your grand company that you get from them.
Oh, no. The
Okay.
40% discount.
Yeah, because your free company's not going to turn that one on. No way. Not with food buff and the other ones.
Yeah.
We get a third free company. Can that be like a free company rank up bonus to get a third buff?
Please.
Please. I'm just saying. Like,
That'd be cool.
I'll do it. Never think about it again. And that but that's still fine. You got the submarine. They're easier to make apparently than the airships.
Wow.
That's cool.
Great.
Meh.
Oh, I
So
mean, they could do. We don't know. They could bring back some awesome stuff. I remember when the airships.
Don't try to overhype this.
No.
Just
Listen.
retain
Listen.
adventure.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the airships brought back pretty good amounts of materia. These
Yeah.
could bring back
Useless.
minions and materia. I mean, you need materia.
Maybe we'll get another recolored zoo.
Maybe I'll do. Oh yeah, these guys. There's gonna be a new mount from this. That's right.
Oh, it's gonna be a blue zoo.
Is that where the there's no way there's no way the Griffin could come from this. If the Griffin came from the submarine one, I'd lose my fucking mind.
Why not?
Oh guys, we went searching in under the water and we found this Griffin.
Yeah, we found this drowned Griffin.
Well, mounts do swim though, so.
Yeah, they swim with magic, but we have the magic. It surrounds them.
Mm.
You know what? That's it. The housing stuff, which not much that we don't already know about this. There's about 1,600 new houses that are going to be available. Free companies. Wild. It's pretty crazy, but there's free companies are going to have dibs, first dibs. Mm-hmm. At least 4 members in a free company, but free companies are getting first dibs. How do we feel about free company versus individual in terms of this? Sly and I had a discussion about it last week when we found out. So the floor is all you two.
Well, they're not enforcing this retrospectively, right? They're not going to take houses away from people that have already kind of taken advantage of the system. Let's say take advantage. Let's not say abused. Yeah, I think it's good. Look, ultimately, ideally, in an ideal scenario, you'd have unlimited housing and everyone could have as many as they want, but that's obviously not the case. And you do need to prioritize the FCs over the individuals that just want to have 6 different houses. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I feel like as nice as it is to have a personal house, housing first and foremost was designed with companies in mind. There's so much tied to it that is company specific. The workshops, the airships, submarines. Now it makes sense for them to kind of prioritize these companies first. So
I'm going to present a point I brought up last week to both of you, and a quick nod or a quick shake of the head will give me all I need. Do you think this just means that they really shouldn't have combined free company and individual housing now that they've had to come full circle and actually just turn it off until they've okay, free companies, you're done? Good? All right, now you guys can have what's left over.
I mean, maybe they should have put them in different wards or in different zones or whatever.
But sense of community.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And people like that. There are a lot of people that hang out at their FC house all day, and there's the other FC down the road that they sort of see, and there's the individuals that own individual houses around in that space. So I get what they were going for. I think they're just starting to realize, as they do with so many of these ideas, is that it's just not quite practical.
This will be far from the last housing update. I think we can all agree with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Far from it. They're also doing it so you can only own one private, one free company estate per world per service count, but it is not, as you said, retroactive. Mm-hmm. So if you already own 30 houses,
you're good.
You still own 30 houses. So
yeah. And I mean, that's kind of the problem. The people that have done that, they've already done that. They already got those.
Yeah. It's just that when something's designed with good people in mind, you learn that people aren't good.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as you can hear from outside, nobody's
impressed with the housing.
No, they're like, boo! Honk for housing changes.
Oh, that's so true, though, isn't it? And it's so unfortunate because, as a developer, wouldn't it be nice to be able to just say, well, we got a really great community. They can just self-moderate. We just give them the stuff. We give them the power. They can do it. It'd be fine. But like you say, it just doesn't fucking work like that because shit floats, and all it takes is a couple of greedy buttholes, and this is what we get.
You get what we have now.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, when you relinquish a plot, it can't be bought by anyone else for some time. But none of this affects relocation. So, for me, I'd say that's good news. You already own the house; they can't take it away from you at this point. I'm just waiting for that guy who owns 30 houses in one ward to relocate them all to another ward. It's like, well, fuck it. I know rules. I'm just gonna do it. And everyone's gonna be like, I wonder if they could make it so if you relocate having a house, if it like went through the check of 1 per.
It just seized it.
Just seized it, but it's not smart enough yet.
No,
not yet.
We have the technology.
No, we don't. For this.
I believe.
No, I don't think this ever. I don't think this
believe.
ever gets retroactively changed for people who have already. I don't think it ever does. I've given up on
I think
that.
what they could have done is they could have just offered some gil to the people that have a bunch of houses, being like, hey, if you relinquish a house, you get a sweet gil bonus.
You know why those people buy that many houses? Because they already have too much gil, and they don't want. They don't need gil. Gil's not a motivating factor for them.
Gil. No one needs gil. They're obviously motivated by gil. You don't get billions and billions of gil in this game because you fucking need it.
But they still have billions after buying the 30 houses. So
yeah.
Honestly, what I think they should have done is anyone with a house over the limit should have had those relinquished and then give them a voucher that they can like sell to a vendor for X amount of gil worth the value of the house. And get their money back.
But see, here's the thing. I don't think they didn't do it because they didn't want to. I think they just couldn't figure out a way to get those people off those houses, and it be stable.
Just force it.
And just be stable and not fuck over people with false positives.
They couldn't find a way to seize it.
But without false positives, though, fucking over people that may or may not get caught in the system, and then they have no way of fixing that because a house, they're not going to, if somebody else comes and buys the house.
I mean, let's tell it like it is. It's one specific major situation that is basically like the big one people talk about. They could just go in and manually rectify it.
Will they?
And while it's not ideal, it's,
Put it simply, how many outliers are there in the situation where they're like really rich fucks with 30 houses? You could probably put this on a case-to-case basis if you just looked at that and see the rich fuck with 30 houses or however many in one ward.
Do you think it says that in like a spreadsheet? All right. So let's go over to the rich fucks with too many houses tab on the spreadsheet.
How about this? Just tax them. Just give them a fucking crazy high tax so they can't afford to have all those houses.
Oh, they can afford it.
That's a solution.
They can.
I mean, they'll afford it, but yeah, that's a solution.
They can.
I don't think it'll be that harsh of a
challenge.
penalty, too.
Now I got to try to make even more gil.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's difficult, but
yeah, I don't know. I've given up hope that they retroactively remove people who already have a shit ton of houses. I don't think they'll do it. I just don't think they will. But I also didn't think one of the other changes in this patch would happen, and that happened. So
yeah. They're obviously focusing on it, thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like you say, this is not going to be the last housing update.
Yeah. Then there's some other stuff here, like the fashion report, the winners of the furnishing designs, which, by the way, those winners deserve that victory because I don't care about housing much, but I was pretty impressed with the winners from the furnishing thing, especially the guy who did the bushes outside that could be used to like make mazes and smell spell things. You can smell things. Maybe they smell good. Are you breathing into the microphone?
I'm smelling it.
Maybe there's roses growing out of it. Maybe
the bathtub is really nice.
Honestly, have you ever smelled like a freshly trimmed hedge? It has a scent to it.
Yeah, it made me violently ill because I'm terribly allergic to stuff like that.
Well, then the smell for you
just
is
smells
death.
like cut grass and shit. Yeah,
exactly. It
smells like a job well done. That's what it smells like.
It smells like a weekend dead.
No, it smells
like
you're going to the
fucking
hospital.
grass to me, boy.
Thanks for that assessment. So we got the number for the fashion report reward for if you score high enough, and it's 50,000 MGP bonus on top of the 10,000.
That is fucking wild.
Once per week, but still, considering that the jumbo crackpot I play once per week and that hasn't yielded shit, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
I have like 3 million MGP and I don't even have anything to spend it on. Like,
you rich fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, Mary. Do you have all the mounts?
Yep.
Why the fuck are you still getting MGP?
In case they add something I want.
Well, they're adding things. They said
Well,
new
there you
prizes.
He'll be able to get all of them though. So
I got my Colossus Corpicur, and that was it. That was the only thing I needed in my life.
Mary, I think you're covered for like the expansion, dude.
I know.
You're covered until like 7.0.
I know. But
Really?
I can't stop.
They already
And
said
then by
there will
then
never
he'll
be
have like
another 1 million
6 or
now.
7 million MGP by
Yeah, and
then.
you're still collecting it. Stop. Are you doing your challenge logs?
Yeah.
Stop.
I might need it. Maybe they'll add a 5 million MGP mount and I'll have it.
Then
They
that's
said they would never add one above 1 million again.
Well,
Well,
What are they going to add 10 500,000 mounts at the same time?
yeah.
Okay. That
Well,
makes
you never
sense.
know.
And then I'll buy all of them.
Oh, you need another 2 million for that. So you better.
Oh,
get
that's
working.
right. You're gonna need it to buy a Blitzball Stadium.
Yeah.
Your own.
I'm
stadium.
gonna fund it myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna own it.
To sponsor the world championships. To have
Yeah.
your fucking character name posted on the side.
Yeah.
I'll have
exactly.
a team.
You should. You should buy 3 cloud cards and just drop them. Just to upset people who want them.
Or Fenrir.
Or Fenrir mounts. It might not let you buy
Yeah.
Fenrir mounts though. I don't know
Just
what.
buy a
Yeah.
Fenrir amount, just drop it in like the most populated
Drop
area.
it to spawn Sultan Light over in
Oh, oh
Ooh.
no.
I know people who drop Ixion horns to try and spawn
Oh.
Sultan Light. They're like, I don't need these fucking things anymore. Get out of here.
Drop some ultimate weapons in there.
Yeah. Hey, you can farm as many as you want now.
Yeah.
hooray.
Yeah, hooray. I got 1. I'm happy enough with that. I'll stick to that 1. Which, thank God, I picked the monk weapons. Everyone's like, get the ninja daggers. And I'm like, no. Just
No.
wait. I have a feeling I'm going to want the monk fists, not the ninja daggers. They're making gates most of the gates give rewards even if you fail, or making them easier to identify where they are. Bunch of adjustment stuff to Gold Saucer, which is fine. It's whatever. You know, something that's I can't imagine takes a whole lot of time to do, and so Mary apparently fucking plays it, so somebody's using these changes, I presume. So,
Mary, have you done loads of Dominion recently?
he just
Yeah.
challenge log.
I do it every week.
He does 3
No,
matches for his
no.
challenge log. It takes literally like 2 minutes to do it, and then you do it 3 times, and then it's 10,000 MGP. I don't do it
Easy
now that I
peasy.
have my Corpicur, so I don't know why the fuck you do it. But
I might need it.
you won't need it. Listen, just the cards are worth like a bajillion MGP now. Just go get those.
I do that.
Okay, but don't do all of the thing.
But I might need the MGB.
Can somebody get this
Look, can we at
man?
least agree that
Listen,
Can somebody just keep this man away from casinos forever? But I might win the next one.
Oh, can't wait till FanFest to see.
I
Holy
got a
crap.
story about casinos.
Uh-oh. I think I may have hit the nail on the head once already. All right. Moving on. Performance got a new UI. Awesome. There's some incredibly talented people, and making it better for them means more interesting and more elaborate Twitter videos for me to share after the patch. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Honestly, I'm blown away by those people, but I can't add anything to this conversation. I don't know if you guys have even tried.
Look, I keep planning on getting it to work with my MIDI keyboard, and I think this will make it a little bit easier. So I'm excited for that.
How much musical background do you have, Athos?
Oh, I'm very proficient in several instruments.
You didn't sound serious about it, but I knew you were. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
very
No,
professional.
I started playing piano when I was like 5 years old, and started playing saxophone a couple of years later, and I've been keeping.
I want to
keeping
see sexy sax Ethos.
I have a banjo under my bed.
Do you have a kazoo under there too?
No, just a banjo and a bass guitar.
It's 2 very different things, but all
Mhm.
right. Well, I'm expecting some good things out of Perform from both of you.
Yeah, well, like I say, I'm looking into it. I think this is gonna make it a lot easier.
Can I also get fan art of sexy sax Ethos, by the way?
And Hillberry
In booty
Billy-
shorts.
In booty shorts, yeah.
I'm changing my condition right now.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Like tiny little jean shorts.
Those aren't booty. Why do you keep changing what kind of shorts it is?
Well, that's what the glamour is. They're jean shorts.
A booty, all shorts are booty shorts. All right.
Moving on.
How is that so hard to grasp?
I don't want to use. I want to talk
It's
about
not hard to
shorts and
grasp
use
at
the
all,
word
dude.
grasp.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Exactly.
It's right there. You can grab
Right
it.
there.
You can get a
Grasp the shit out of
handful.
it. Fuck.
Just dig in.
I can't wait till this is on my 2018 clips somehow, because the one where we talk about the fucking the what's it called, the housing that has like, it was like the I don't know, we were talking about like stripping joints, and we're talking about the woman had like bullet holes. Oh, we're talking about Balmung. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're talking about Balmung, and then you said the draft only had Bud Light. Yeah, that was one of my clips for 2017. That was great. But
Nice.
yeah, you've been there too many times. But anyway, now one thing that's kind of small on here, but I don't know how to really absorb it yet, is when certificates of commendation have been added as a reward for Wondrous Tales. Basically meaning that if you get at least one line, you get these certificates, and Chloe will give you rewards that she'd otherwise give you, I guess, from Wondrous Tales, except using these. Almost like a failsafe if you've never seen
Pity
2 or 3 lines.
prize.
Yeah, it's a pity prize for only getting one line, pretty much. I mean, I'd imagine I don't know if you get more if you get 2 or 3 lines. I'd imagine it's at least one line guarantees you a commendation, and then it's like week after week. You at least have something to build up for. How do we feel about that versus the way that Wondrous Tales is done now, where it's just, you work on 2-3 lines, hope you get it one day, and then that's the end of it?
It's just more welfare.
Is it welfare that gets people doing it more, though?
Yeah,
Because they're less discouraged from their shitty luck.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I don't know for
Do
me
it
yet.
more.
I mean, when I do it, I just solo like all of them except for like.
Yeah, me too.
You all right over there at this? What's wrong?
I'm just saying ethic in chat.
Ethic. Yeah, for those booty shorts. Ethic. I like it. Please, on his stream later, guys, if you will be there, please remember that. Ethic.
Y'all
There
got
you
problems.
There you go. I'm just saying. That's brilliant. That's
Almost
brilliant.
really
It's
You're gonna have
good.
you're gonna have to
Really
change.
no.
You're gonna have to change your online name now.
I have to change my whole
You
brand.
need a emote ethic. Just a butt.
Yeah, there you go.
Jean
I'm
shorts.
so done with y'all. I'm so done.
All right. Anyway, new emotes have been added. How much you want to bet squadrons have something to do with that?
We actually have all the emotes down below in
Yeah,
the
but
commands.
I mean, in terms of unlocking them,
None of them really look like they were military-esque.
I don't think they
No.
need to be. I don't think they care anymore.
No,
Maybe.
I think so.
They're gonna do something to keep people doing squadrons, and I feel like they've already set the precedent for emotes. I feel like they'll continue to set the precedent for emotes. And new hairstyles, whatever. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Waifu out, whatever it is you gotta do.
Man, fuck all
And
this
now-
bullshit. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the
Now
good
the good
stuff.
stuff comes.
Mhm.
All right, so
All right,
tanks.
here we go.
Tanks. Okay, before we
Yeah.
start, tanks. Listen, tanks. Okay, I've just got to say something real quick to the tanks.
I'm listening.
You got a samurai shirt on. Your traitor. Shut up. But anyway, just want you to know that Paladin, it's good still.
Mm-hmm.
Warrior.
When you say that, are you memeing? Are you
It's
memeing, or
good
do you
still.
really mean that? Do you really mean that?
And Dark Knight is still in the game. So
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
I
You
know
really
Dark
mean
Knight's
this in the bottom of
definitely
your-
still in the game, Sly. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
the first part. No. Like
What's
I
wrong
can
with
agree with you on Dark
Paladin?
Knight.
No, Paladin.
Really?
I'm
In
just
comparison?
saying because
What
listen,
the fuck's wrong
In
with
comparison,
listen. The first part was fine because Paladin. We're gonna go over these numerically speaking in a
Mhm.
little bit. And Bok Choy made 3 excellent posts. Although I've seen some people debating the math in the particular on the Warrior one, where it doesn't line up with Bok Choy's post. But I haven't seen the post that debates the DPS changes for Warrior. So let's do this job by job. Sly, you're a Dragoon. Ethics, you're a Dragoon. You guys don't know pain. So you guys shut the fuck up.
Really?
We don't know pain. No, hang
Really?
on,
Do you remember 2.0? Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Sly. You didn't play till after launch on the PS4. You shut your fucking mouth.
Even still, it was bad. Shut up.
No, they had buffed you to shit by the time you started playing. I don't want to hear shit from you.
I was there before.
You know what? Mike's got a point there.
You shut your fucking mouth. You don't know the worst of it from Dragoon.
It was really bad, though.
Okay.
It's been real.
That being said, Paladin's up first. Shield Swipe potency decreased by 50. Holy Spirit reduced by 20. Holy Spirit is a huge portion of their DPS, so that's somewhat noticeable, but still a sub 1% decrease to their overall DPS. Shield Swipe, same deal, a sub 1% decrease. I believe the number was like between 1.5 and 1.7% less DPS. Boo fucking who. Move on. I'm just saying.
And honestly, a lot of paladins need to they need that. Like, shut the fuck. Like you say, move on. It's less than 2%. Get over it. Like, what the fuck
are y'all so savage against paladins right now? I mean,
I'm just saying that compared to the discussion we're about to have, I don't want to hear any paladins complain. Like, if a Dark Knight's complaining, you guys, power to you. Paladins, shut the fuck up. Warriors, I totally get it. All right. Like, Paladin's so strong. That does not break them. Not even remotely close to breaking them. So, shut the fuck up. All right. Warriors, okay, I'll give it to you on this one. Most warriors are not complaining about being nerfed, especially because the numbers are still all over the place with what it actually ends up being. When we were teased this, Yoshida told us it would be a buff. He said it would be a buff. Some math has suggested that's true. Some math has suggested it's not. I'm going to wait till people start posting parses after the patch because I can't be asked to read through all these fucking numbers. It's more about playstyle here with Warrior. So, first, the basic stuff. All their potencies pretty much went up, but at the cost of Storm's Eyes buff being brought down by 10%. Okay. And I'll say right off the Harry, I swear to fucking God. Okay. The amount that they got in potencies per ability is not equal to 10%. So that's the first thing people noticed. The big thing that people are talking about is Berserk and Inner Release. Because they are now one in the same. Berserk at level 70 will now become Inner Release. And it, instead of granting 30% attack power, guarantees all attacks are critical and direct hits for 10 seconds. So you no longer have both Berserk and Inner Release. You only have Inner Release at 70. Inner Release is 30 seconds lower cooldown, no longer shares a cooldown with Unchained, and also allows free use of the Beast Gauge. You will not lose any Beast Gauge. You could have no Beast Gauge. You could have 0. And Inner Release will still allow you to spam Felcleave. Or whatever, or anything. Upheaval and what's the charge one called? Onslaught? I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a warrior, so I don't know what to say.
We'll defer to our tank here, Mary.
So Mary seems to have a lot to say, so I'm going to let him take the floor.
Somebody called 911. They murdered my job. So
fuck you.
They took a baseball bat to my job's head, and now it's real dumb. Basically, so what happened here and why I'm upset is because Warrior, and as it stands now, it's a fun thing. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of, it's not like crazy difficult, but there's a lot that goes into playing a warrior and putting out good numbers and doing your rotation and everything like that. But they've basically completely gutted all of that. Before we had, 2 40-second, 20-second DPS windows, 40 seconds apart. Now we have one DPS window that lasts for 10 seconds every 80 seconds. We no longer have to worry about managing our beast gauge. Just fucking use it whenever you want. There's no thought that goes into it. And so they've basically just kind of neutered the complexity of the job. And that really disappoints me as a serious player because I enjoyed Warrior because I had something to do on it. Now I feel like I can just put my face on my keyboard and roll it back and forth and do just fine.
So I'm gonna.
So
ask
do you really?
No, let's go.
So do you really think it's completely brain dead at this point?
I mean, compared to what it is now, yeah.
That's like when I look at that, I feel like from when you at level 30 get your Jobstone as Marauder to when you get to 70, you're like as brain dead the whole time.
Yeah, the only thing is you get Fell Cleave eventually and Onslaught Upheaval, but you just use those on cooldown now. Like,
so I have a question. One of the big things is that because this is 90 seconds, it no longer lines up a trick attack. Well, it doesn't always. You know, every other one lines up a trick attack pretty much. Like every third trick attack.
Every third trick attack, yeah.
So I guess the question is, do you still pool resources for specifically the trick attack window and expend them there even when it's not lining up with I guess inner release? I almost said Berserk and inner release. I almost said it. I'm sorry, it's an adjustment period. I'm just saying, is that what
I mean, that's the general consensus, yeah. That's
Okay.
the general consensus.
So you just kind
far.
of make up your own burst window, pretty much,
Basically.
by pooling,
Which is stupid.
Yeah. Okay. So just wanted to see if that was the adjustment that Warriors were gonna go through, because they can literally do whatever they want with their gauge now. There's like they can infuriate on cooldown. They can and their infuriate's gonna come back like crazy now because of all that.
You just kind of hit stuff. Also, I wrote a poem. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
I wrote a poem for the class on this napkin. Roses are red.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to fully give you the floor for this
Okay.
one. So let me just make sure. Sorry, it's going to take a second to get it working properly because it's not the right scene. Just hold on. Just hold on. We're gonna get this going. Don't worry. It's just I need to adjust it because you surprised me. Also, it's screwed up. I had this working before the show actually started, so it's unfortunate that it's screwed up now. But it's a good thing I noticed it now, so I can fix it now. Let's see. All right, so maybe you should do some like vocal warm ups real quick. All right, there you go. All right, that sounds good. It sounds like you're warming up vocally.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, now okay, go for it.
Okay. This is a poem that I wrote for Warrior. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Warrior is a dead job, like a horse. So let's turn it into glue.
Get out. You know what? It would have been a lot better if you read it in your Jesus voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doki Doki State of the Realm Club. I like it.
Beautiful.
I'm
crying on the inside.
I kind of want to cry on the outside and not from the beauty of the poem. Just to be clear, it's oddly timed. Okay, well, now that I've reached the maximum, I'm going to be embarrassed to be on this show this week.
Can we get off Warrior, please?
Listen, we could get off Warrior. The Warriors aren't going to get off Warrior.
I don't know if we can.
And you know what? There's also like, I guess we could actually like treat the patch notes. We could treat this show kind of like the patch notes. So, Dark Knight, who cares? Moving on. That's it. That's how the patch notes felt.
Pretty much.
Man, huh?
Anyways, so it looks pretty rough. Mentally, Warrior's not going to be 100% there anymore, but
man, how does it feel?
It could be worse.
You lost Bloodbath and Berserk in one expansion.
They got rid of Berserk. Berserk, the most iconic warrior ability.
You lost Bloodbath and Berserk in a matter of 7 months.
You're going to give Berserk to Dragoon now? Like,
speaking of what? Sorry, what?
Dragoon's have Bloodbath. Oh, so does that mean you guys are getting Berserk too? They're just migrating the warrior skills over to Dragoon.
They're going to be like, wait, that's supposed to be
Well,
Dragoon.
you need something to replace Foresight. So.
Layla had a really good tweet this morning about Warrior. I think it was something like, patch 2.0, heavy thrust is too difficult. Let's get rid of it. Patch 4.0, berserk is too hard to use. Let's get rid of it.
How far we have come.
Yeah.
There we go. Dark Knight Delirium now lines up with every other blood weapon as opposed to every like third blood weapon or something.
Mhm.
It's like less than a % DPS increase. It's maybe a little smoother, but it's not the kind of
Nice.
smooth Dark Knight. It's not the kind of smooth Dark Knight was looking for. And Blackest Night, quality of life, it's 7 seconds now. So like if you're even slightly mistime it, you don't get screwed. The game works on 3-second intervals for the most part, so makes sense that it would last at least 6, 7, gives you a little bit of leeway space. So I remember looking at Bok Choi's math in all of his posts, and he generally put all 3 tanks very close to each other to some degree after these changes, but Dark Knight still seemed like it was like, hello? Yo, how is it? The Black Abyss in my heart, how is it? Not good? I see in 5.0. And that's Dark Knights for you right now. So, Dark Knights, you guys have every right to be upset that you didn't get more. I think you deserve more. I personally
Me too.
I think it's gameplay. Again, for me it's not even numbers for Dark Knight, it's gameplay. It's just really weird the way the job is designed.
Yeah.
Speaking of gameplay adjustments.
Yeah.
Next
Happy.
job on the list.
How you doing, Happy? How you doing, man?
This is
Somebody.
It's a little 4-letter. It's 4 letters. MONK.
DANK.
That's also true. There you go. You've been
Because that's what it is
You've
now.
been doing way too much VR chat. Like this is a different Mary than last.
I'm a cute anime girl. What can I say?
You can also spell monk a different way. It's got 7 letters. That's 8, but it's got 7 letters. DEADSAM. It's the other way to spell monk now, by the way.
He's just trying to trigger Mary right now. Please excuse him.
Listen,
Excuse him.
He's double fucked. He's got a samurai shirt and he plays warrior. Like we can't hurt him any more than he's already been hurt.
I'm dead inside.
He's dead inside. He's smiling while he says it. That's why he has a hat on that just
Dead
says
inside.
because he needs to eat. He eats because he's unhappy, and he's unhappy because he eats. It's a vicious cycle.
I'm a fat bastard.
Is this gonna make Monk do consistently more DPS than Samurai?
Yes, it will.
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Right. That's all we need to know.
That's all you needed to know.
That's all you need to know. If Samurai is not doing more DPS than Monk, Samurai is useless.
So I'm actually gonna do these out of order as we talk about them. First thing I want to talk about is Brotherhood. I don't think we deserve that. I don't think we needed 5 Listen, okay, let me rephrase.
I mean, you deserve any of this.
No, we deserved some of it. All right. The chakra part of Brotherhood we deserved 100%.
Fine.
The 5% damage that we got. Another how many fucking damage buffs? Monk has it's got 30% on Grease Lightning. It's got 10% on Twin Snakes. It's got the blunt debuff. It's got 5% on Fist of Fire. It's got 20% coming out of Riddle of Fire when you have that on. It's got another 5% coming out of Brotherhood. Plus, when you have things like Trick Attack available, or the Dragoon Eye, or Hyper, it's just we have the lowest potencies, but who the fuck cares when we have 200% bonus damage? That's crazy. That alone, they could have not even done the rest, and if they had just done that thing to Brotherhood, I would have been ecstatic. But they went above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
They also changed Perfect Balance. Sly, last week when we were talking about Perfect Balance, what did I say?
Bitch, I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
You're fucking worthless. Okay. I said there was no way it becomes 60 seconds. I said that. Word for word, I said down by 30 seconds at most. 150 seconds. It's a 66% cooldown reduction. It's at 60 seconds. Why do we even need the other change to Riddle of Wind? Who the fuck cares at this point?
And isn't it a DPS loss anyway? Sort of.
I gotta check because there's no potency changes. So it looks like you'll have to do 2 tackles to get the Greased Lightning. So
no.
So, well, I mean that because it's technically both tackles equal fire tackle's potency, but you don't have Fist of Fire on. Any auto attack is losing the potency. Any the tackle itself is losing 5%. So there you go. There's that to consider, but I'll test it out when it comes live because having it up 3 GCs earlier might be worth doing 2 off GCs. So there you go.
Why did Perfect Balance need this?
So it lines up with every trick attack, clearly. Like Warriors... Oh, sorry.
He's just still beating that horse. I'm sorry.
Why does it need this? It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
So excessive.
It really doesn't need to be 67. As a monk, like as someone who's wanted to play the job for years and is now playing the job, it really doesn't need it. But by God, am I gonna use it? You all right? You all right there, Mary?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Good.
I'm okay.
Mantra being at 90 seconds is cool. Like, it's whatever. Like, that's something that's somewhat reasonable. It was already it was really good in Neo X Death. It'll just be even better in Tower of Gods. God of Magic. Whatever it is. Big spoiler right there. They took away the 1% they gave Machinists because they're too strong, apparently. Black Mage, they were just like, potencies, here you go. Are you writing another poem?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't believe you.
No.
Either that or I'm on... Can I just get a gif of that and be like, every warrior on Reddit? Oh my god. Alright, well, at least you weren't lying. It wasn't a poem. I could hear it sounded like the pen wasn't working.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It sounded like you were like trying to, because you're like, shit, it's not working. Hold on, let me just do that real quick. There you go. Oh yeah, also don't forget the Steel Cyclone HP absorb got reduced also.
Yeah, thanks for telling me. Thanks for reminding me.
Well, we skipped over it. I didn't want to seem like
you stopped beating this.
I didn't want the show to look like it wasn't.
We're not going to have any horse left for the glue.
You're not going to have any glue left at this point.
Yeah, how am I going to hold together
put your
my
emotions
hopes and
back
dreams?
together?
Yeah, all my shattered.
You're not going to have any glue left to put all your fucking emotions back together after this. Black Mage, I got some movement related stuff. You know, proc times last longer. It's the same stuff. It's literally word for word what they said in the unofficial translation. So Fire 4 got more potency. It doesn't fix the things Black Mage. Nice. It's, don't get me wrong, anybody who's playing Black Mage at a high level, this is just better for them.
Yeah, it is really nice.
People, still not really what they asked for is kind of the big thing. So I guess feel better to play or more consistently, but this pushes them more in that realm of being the samurai of the casters, which
it's really easy to make Black Mage feel better to play. You
Reroll.
Going on Red Mage.
Well, I'm glad we were going for the same joke there.
They are both so fucking terrible.
The fun caster. It's fun to play.
Yeah, what the hell is that sound?
Birds.
That was scary. Your bird made like a demon noise.
It wasn't my bird. It was just
I think somebody's hunting monsters.
It was just a bird. Someone's monster hunting out there.
Fucking straight.
And then on top of buffing Black Mages, they nerfed Summoner, and they did actually nerf their single target potency, as well as their AoE. Tribind under Dreadworm got reduced from 100 to 70. Pain Flare got reduced from 200 to 180. Wormwave got reduced from 160 to 150, and Ruin 3 got reduced down to 120. Can we just, honestly, can we just stop calling it Ruin 3? Because when you only do 120 potency, you don't deserve to be, like, the third tier of a skill. You're like, it's like, you know, like they made, like, Lion King 1.5, and it was, like, not really the next one, but it was, like, that's kind of what Ruin, it's kind of like,
what?
Ruin
Lion
3 is,
King 1.5?
Yeah, you know, Ruin is like Lion King 1.5, or like Spider-Man 2.1, when they made that dumb thing.
What?
Yeah, you did. That was what they called the director's cut of Spider-Man 2. It's called like Spider-Man 2.1.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was 2.1.
That's
it was something like that. That's kind of how Ruin 3 is now. Like it's
like the Spider-Man desk meme.
Yeah, sure.
Are we sitting behind the desk?
I haven't seen that one in a long time. All right. Now, probably the change I'm excited for most that's not Monk is the White Mage one. Divine Benison no longer has
that's
a heal.
Lilies.
Nice.
No, honestly, it has hit the point where White Mage can actually disable their Lily UI. You actually don't need it anymore.
Don't need it.
You don't need it.
You actually don't need it anymore. There's
It's
no,
like if they're there, it gives you a nice little buff, but you don't need it.
you can actually disable it. You will feel no difference in your gameplay if you just disable it. No one's like, let me
What
cast.
brought this on, though?
Yeah, I mean, I want.
Like,
I
really,
got
what brought
tired
this
of it.
on?
So a lot of people
Like,
didn't like that Benison was basically casting a Cure 1 to get, like, some people just cast the Cure 1 to get the shield, and it was just like, okay, why come on, like, this is stupid. A lot of people wanted it to just take a lily and not take all the lilies, and they just said, fuck it, nope, that's it. It's literally just cooldown reduction sometimes at this point for your other abilities. I'd imagine that Benison, of course, still benefits from the cooldown reduction of lilies if you have 3 when you use it. Which people may forget, but people won't care anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, it's not going to affect the way that you use it.
No, just
No.
honestly
It's
turn
just
it
going
off.
to be like, use it, and then you're like, oh, nice. Oh, sweet. I guess I had some lilies.
Just turn it off. That's it. You don't need it anymore. Just put it if you don't want to actually turn it off, just put it like behind the minimap. Like shrink it all the way down and like stick it behind the minimap or something. Like you don't need it anymore.
Which brings me to another question. Do you think any other jobs get kind of the same treatment where the job gauge is really not necessary anymore?
I mean, for a
Warrior.
lot of jobs.
What's the next?
Yeah.
What's the next job to get this treatment?
Monk, it's not important, really.
Well, for Monk, it's not anything new. It just keeps track of it
Yeah.
from before.
Same.
Like that's
Yeah.
all it ever did. It's not like the jobs like Warriors Beast Gauge that's so interactive. Like they got that thrown in there.
It was.
In,
I mean,
in
it
four-
was.
No. It's still you
Was.
look at it and you go, man, I can
Yeah.
use that.
Look at it and you go,
Now you don't. You just look at your hotbar. Oh, Falcleave's lit up. Better hit it.
yeah,
The Paladin one, all the tank ones, really. The Dark Knight, they need to track it the most, but that's only because they shoved it down your throats.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it's good luck. There's plenty of them they could do it to. I'm curious to see I actually am curious about 5.0 at this point. Like, where do they go with job changes at 5.0?
I like the job gauges.
They go away.
I like
They
the
go
concept
away.
of job gauges for jobs that needed gauges. I don't
That
like that they
needed them.
ham-fisted gauges to every job.
And that was
I
my
like them being
problem.
optional and being another way to represent the information that's on your bars.
That's
In a
fine,
way.
but they like deliberately like added mechanics to jobs that maybe didn't need.
Yes,
like the lilies.
yeah, and I think that's dumb. That's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I think just have them for the jobs that need them because you design them in a way that they benefit, and
Mhm.
otherwise just they don't need to exist anymore. That's it. XCOG change is good. If you fucked up and it never gets triggered, it'll still heal when it naturally wears off after 45 seconds. Astro, the spear got buffed. It lasts 10 seconds longer. Crit buffs, love it. Awesome. Thank you. I'll take it. Not complaining.
Yeah.
And Earthly Star is a little bit more accurate in terms of like displaying the AoE from the actual explosion. Interject and Head Graze, both silences, they just trigger faster. And Diversion, 90% reduce the enmity for 30 seconds.
That is ridiculous.
Damn, with that Unchained change, like the enmity is going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Holding
boring.
threat's gonna be so easy. That'll be fun.
Listen, you motherfuckers can still complain about having ninjas in the party. Just shut the fuck up. You can use Inner Release and Unchained at the same time now.
Great.
I'm so happy.
Whoop-de-doo. 2 for 1, boys. Sligh Drop's not even here.
Oh, we're happy.
You guys, no shit, you're
the
happy.
fuck we need.
Yeah, we're
Like,
doing all right.
leave us out of the salt. The fuck we need. Seriously. I mean, what the fuck did you need? But congratulations. Hey. good
I
job.
just, the Brotherhood thing was more than I expected alone. The other shit was just like
Yeah. Yeah.
stacks on stacks,
You-
boys. Literally, when it comes to Monk. I like how the Warrior thing, everyone was probably like super celebrating the Warrior changes when they first read them. Like, holy shit, 20 seconds of of
And they're
direct
like,
hit, and then they
"Hey."
scroll down and they're like, oh, by the way, Berserker comes in early.
Like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
that.
Why would they
Like-
give them 2 abilities that do that? And then you scroll down like, oh yeah, by the way, there's this new trait as well. Square Enix, just start putting traits like that, like in the notes above, like as people. Don't put the traits in a separate tab underneath, because then you get shit like, whoa, 20 seconds of guaranteed direct hits and crit. Gonna get rid of all my melts because, you know, obviously direct hits not gonna scale as well anymore. And then you scroll and you're like, oh. I fell for it. I know I fell for it.
Mm.
And I scrolled down. I was like, oh. It's like, where do you see Berserk becomes in a release? I don't see that anywhere. Oh. Yeah. Elemental resistance has been removed, but we know your Rika is going to have elemental level. New dungeons, Hell's Lid, Fractal Continuum hard mode, item level sync has been added to the old expert. I'm upset. The expert's back down to 2 dungeons again.
I wish they would have kept Scala.
Yeah, me too.
They
I mean,
should've.
they'll add the 4.3 dungeon and make it 3 for that time, and then they'll just do 2 and 3 again. But I think they proved that you can have an expert roulette that's got different item levels in place and it not be a problem. So I don't see a problem with keeping Scala. And people want the Scala glamour really bad. So being in the expert would have been, I guess, another potential means of going in there. So, you know, I was surprised, but it's what they did. So there's level 70 roulette now that is also there. So there's got to be a point where they can't just keep adding a roulette for every fucking 10 levels, right? Like they can't. There's got to be a point where they hit where they need like a different solution.
Well, I mean, they can.
They could, I guess. Yeah.
They can.
We have Jade Stoa and Jade Stoa Extreme, which for Extreme you need at least item level 340 to get in, unless you're in a full party. But I mean, let's be honest, the party finder, they're gonna want you at 370 in day 1. All right. Echo got added to Shinryu. Sigmascape got added. We already know who the 4 bosses are in Sigmascape. You know, it's Phantom Train, Chatternook, Guardian, and Kefka Palazzo. Still not happy about that. Sly, I had this discussion with you last. I'm still not happy about it.
It's the only way he was going to get in.
That's not the only way. It's just the only way they found to put him in.
It's the only way he was going to get in without it being shitty.
No, man, Crystal Tower did a good job. I believe in doing it the way Crystal Tower did it. I believed. Remember when I believed that the Warring Triad had the fucking Tower of Gods with the wing in the middle, and I was like, oh, for certain.
I mean,
like that.
It would have been pretty cool because the Garland Empire could have been, you know, the Crystal Empire or whatever, and Kefka could have been a fucking Garlean.
Honestly, with the way he's
jester.
supersized, I would have pinged. Honestly, for the story they give him, I think he's going to be like the story they're going to refer to for Omega. He's going to be one of the Allegans who captured
An
him,
Allegan court jester.
Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to go with story wise in Omega for Omega's imagination. He's going to be Allegan, I feel, but X-Death is just some bullshit. But with Kefka, I
actually, you know, that makes a lot of sense because look at Amon and how he was dressed.
I was about to say, I think Kefka might be Amon in the same way that Xande was almost definitely X-Death.
Well, they used I think they used the same frame for X-Death. I don't know. Yeah, no, I think they did. They just added his sword. I don't remember exactly whose frame they used for X-Death. They used one of the characters that already exist in the game for X-Death. But yeah.
Well, X-Death is almost definitely like the sort of fairy tale version of Xande. And I think that Kefka and Amon are going to have the same relationship.
Yeah, I think that's likely. It's tremendous, but I'm not gonna actually get to fucking see a real story around it. But at least I get a fucking chocobo in a cute outfit.
I like the story's not being affected by all the referential stuff in here. I like that it's got its own Final Fantasy XIV unique story about this whole thing with Omega and Midgard-Zorma and the ancient Allegans and all that, and that all the fan service they're throwing in has zero impact on the story. I think that is the way to do it. I think Kefka having like a big story role in Final Fantasy XIV would be so fucking cheesy and so cheap, and I would hate it.
If they did it that way, which they don't have to, they did a good job with Crystal Tower.
Well, they did a good job with Crystal Tower because there were no characters in Crystal Tower that were like super integral in other games that they sort of shoehorned in. You know what I mean?
They still took the main protagonists, 2 of them from a game, and said, "Here you go." They made them part of the world. There was effort. I just wanted effort. That's all I wanted was effort.
I just want to suplex the Phantom Train, but
Well, you're
that's
not going to.
happen.
I guarantee you there's
We'll
suplex.
probably get an allusion to it, but not exactly.
When they're explaining the stories, like according to this story, apparently the man who destroyed this train lifted it up with his bare hands. And they'll be like, "That sounds ridiculous. No one could."
What if we see
that.
something at the end? At the end of normal, like where you clear it and then something happens, like a little mini cutscene or something?
No.
You know,
in my dream,
it's make believe. So I don't think Omega's that. I don't think Omega's creative
That's
enough
why.
to do that. I don't think Omega's. I think Omega's like, you know what? Let me make sure when they win, there's a dude ready to suplex this train.
Nah. In my dream world, you get it to 1%, and when it hits 0, it starts a quick time event, and you have to complete it if you want to kill him, and then you suplex the train.
He's not that far off.
Not for far. There's no point of reference.
The whole party grabs it and just slams it, or just throws it to the side.
Quick time
whatever.
events we have like quick time events in almost. No, I wouldn't say almost everything, but a few fights. So yeah,
if we can stop a sword, we can flip a train.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Without Godbird, I don't buy it. Godbird's the only one who could do it. Like, let's be real about this. And I wanted the Phantom Train in Hildebrand because of that one point. Like, that's what I always wanted.
So you reckon Godbird or nothing? No suplex?
Well, because they don't have to recreate Sabin. We have Godbird. You saw what he did to fucking Ultros? Like, you see
what he does to everything?
You see what he does to everything? The very first scene you see him with Hildebrand where he just fucking slams him in the ground is beautiful. It was so beautiful. As for the rest of Sigma Escape, it's exactly the same as Stealth Escape in terms of like loot and the way that works for both normal and savage. Just not really too much to go over there. Also like the moving of the raid finder, duty finder stuff. Yeah, all the normal stuff they do with every normal patch. Royal City being taken off all its weekly limitations, the cards being put in the party list. Ultimate getting item level capped. Obviously one of the things they said they would do that we wanted to see them follow through on. And they have.
That's very good.
Yeah. So you guys reckon people are gonna who didn't complete it in 4.1 will still kind of set their sights on it while they're waiting on 4.3?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Any of you planning on setting your sights on it after things kind of die down a little bit?
Yeah, my static went on hiatus in the holidays, and we just kind of gave up halfway through Nail. So I want to get back in there and get the clear.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just gearing towards 4.2 and raid. Like we're doing that. People are actually switching jobs within our static, so we're just getting them ready for their new jobs and then just looking for 4.2. And then once we get some time, maybe.
Okay, good. Well, good luck. It's fun. I got a friend of mine put together a half clear party. 3 of us hadn't. 5 of us had cleared previously. So it took us about 20
so
hours.
you got carried.
Yeah, exactly. That's how that goes, right? Yeah, I did up the fourth trio. I did up the 4th trio organically. I'll say the one thing I felt like I was cheating on was the ad phase. The ad phase went way faster than it would have gone if none of us had done that before. The rest of the trios or whatever, I always thought the trios were kind of easy. But yeah, that's the way it goes. That Golden Vomit phase is intense, man. I died to X Flares like the first 3 times because I was just like, gotta go fast. Too fast. A bunch of other stuff that's normal, like the tombstones and the adjustments to those and everything like that. What else? And let's just keep going. Hunts and name changes and PvP changes. So I can't wait to talk about none of those. And are either of you guys gonna make? I don't know if you guys are gonna make this PvP team thing and
No.
Meh.
Nah.
No, you guys don't have the competitive itch.
Not in 14. If I've got a competitive itch, I want to scratch it somewhere else. But I mean, I'll play a little bit of the new face map. It looks fun.
I don't like that it's the only feast map for competitive. Like, I get it, They want it to be like as consistent as possible for sake of like competitive integrity, and probably for viewers as well. They want it to be a nice, easy map to look at. So they made it fucking bright, fucking blue and gold and all this shit. But,
chocobos and shit.
Chocobos and Moogles and everything. I don't know. Why are they giving healers more HP in PvP?
They don't need that.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I just don't understand how PvP works. That's it. Like, I already knew I didn't, but when I see that, I really know I didn't, because I think everyone got more health. It's not just the healers, but like
everyone
got people who didn't get. Did tanks get it on their stances? Like Warrior actually lost some of their HP and healing. And
it looks like everyone, just about everyone, got like a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. These new effects look cool. That's fine. Then the trades and all that stuff. New armor is probably going to be pretty badass, you know. Yeah, you know.
You can do a pit cosplay.
Like
Pit.
Nintendo?
Yeah, Pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Icarus. Kid Icarus.
Yeah, I know Kid Icarus. I'm just saying, I'm more determining where that came from.
You're talking about the gear.
I know, but I didn't affiliate it with him.
Well, you could look like Pit.
Yeah, look at it. It's like super Hellenic.
I mean, yeah, it's there. It's just kinda, I guess. I didn't go there with it. That's all it is. I just didn't go there with it. For those who are probably taking it seriously, I do hope that they, I guess, get a thrill out of this. I want the people who are into PvP in 14 to enjoy it. I don't need to be the one who enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I hope you have a thrill in battle.
Really in defiance of all these other warrior things I've been saying this whole show, aren't you?
Y'all can go the fuck to hell.
He's thinking of one right now. He's trying to think of another. He's trying to think of a pun back.
Pun back?
Yeah, it's like comeback, but it's a pun.
I don't have the foresight to do that anymore.
That's a Dragoon one. Well, I guess technically
no. Foresight was a warrior ability.
Yeah, foresight was warrior ability. They're Keen Flurry. They're Keen Flurry.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was thinking I should have a berserk emote on my thing and have it be Mary F, like FF.
No, you just put you know how Xeno has the tombstone with the white mage symbol?
Oh yeah, just get warrior X on it.
He's just gonna take the tombstone and just like very sloppily just throw the icon for Berserker. Like, don't even like try to make it like artistic or make sense at all. Just do that. Let's see. Well,
rip Zerk.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta sometimes, you just gotta deal with it. All right.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Moving. The Dragoons here don't understand. We
understand just fine. We're just waiting for you to fucking get it done and
rival wings changes that absolutely don't affect half the map, like they made it seem like the top half of the map wasn't going to be OP anymore. Still totally is. And the middle of the map is now once every 5 seconds instead of every 3 seconds. What do you do? Mammoths are also more. The turrets got their 15 yalms back. So that's okay. That's fine. And they changed the tank position. Then you have the feast maps and the metal explanation and the light metals and the heavy metals and the teams and the items and the crafted items or void arc reskins and the master recipes and elemental materials gone. And you can stack items to 999, and you got this new tackle box feature for Slyh right here in the form of the Chocobo saddlebag.
Eat a dick.
You got
this is a really good fix. I think it's a really good fix.
What, the saddlebag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the saddlebag.
Yeah,
even as a tackle box, like when you're going fishing, you don't need all your different kinds of bait at once.
Here.
So when was the last time you went fishing in 14?
Last time when I was, been a minute, but no, last time I tried to catch a Locoprian because I haven't caught that shit in like 3 years, so.
And
sounds like fishing.
When?
Like, half.
Month and a half?
Yeah.
All right, well, now you can try again with your new tackle box. Good luck. Anyway. Item levels on your foods. What else we got?
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Most of the stuff at this point is like, cool. New mount, cool.
Meh.
The Grand Company horses from PvP for Frontlines can fly now. Cool. Nobody gets those anymore. New barding, cool. Music played when riding Alt-Roit mount will be changed. Yes,
That's interesting.
Mary?
They made the war horses fly before the fucking primal horses.
Because you have Kieran. Don't be a bitch. Anyway.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you're good.
I'm just saying, Kieran's really easy to get now.
Yeah, but they said they were going to make the primal ponies fly, and they're like, let's make these fucking war horses fly. That's a great idea.
Well,
They
you
did
know,
say
it's a really popular request to get these war horses that nobody has to fly.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever. You know, sometimes you win. You know, you win some, you lose some. You know, and that's just one of the cases where you lose. You know,
Yeah, instead of magic horses that can fly, we have regular horses that can fly.
Yes.
So Alt-Roit, which do you think that's just his the boss name from 1, 2, and 3 from Omega, or do you think that's
It'd have
Exdeath
to
or
be,
Neo
right?
Exdeath? I think it's just the
Regular.
the regular one. Yeah.
Yeah.
New minions. We know there's a Byaku minion. We know they have this. What is this? A ferret, or is this like an ancestor of a ferret?
Is it going to be a little tiger or a little man?
It's a little tight. Did you not see the picture of it?
Oh, no.
All right, here, I'll. It's
I
on.
was probably
It's on the 4.2 website.
I was probably too salty looking at warrior stuff.
The I don't think it's a ferret. I think it's like a little otter.
Yeah, it's something else. It reminds me of a ferret.
It's not an otter though.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to find the mini Byaku right here for.
I'm scrolling.
No, it's on the 4.2 website, not on the 4.2.
Oh,
yeah, that's what
okay.
I'm saying. It's here, copy image address. I think this will be it. This might have. There you go. I think that's just the link to the image.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I'll link it in the chat too. There you go.
That's
Baby
definitely.
tiger.
It's like a little stoat or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could be a stoat. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something. But yeah, there's this little Byaku minion you have from the 4.2 website. There you go. It's a weasel. It's a weasel.
It's a weasel.
Looks like a stoat.
It's a weasel.
No, if you say so.
Oh, it's a weasel.
Because stoats kind of have like the ears like that.
Well, this has become a show where we investigate the fucking difference between. I like looking at both of you, just like looking at the other monitor, like really trying to like, get this information.
Yeah, it's a fucking stoat.
All right. Well, enjoy your ferret. But anyway. New categories for PvP. So the Glamour Dresser is the next thing on here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice something because I thought I knew everything about the Glamour Dressers when they've been talking about them for the past however many weeks. But there's a very key thing that's listed here that players should absolutely know about when you want to use it. Please be warned that gear, once transformed into a glamour, can no longer be used as an item. This is an irreversible process. Transformed gear no longer exists as an item.
Yeah.
Sly, all right over there?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong?
Well, we've already talked about this.
No, but they said that
No.
it would be reversible. They were vague about it.
You're talking to somebody who doesn't give a shit about this. Like, I will not be doing this.
I mean, I'm gonna still throw items in there that I don't want to use for anything.
Absolutely gonna be throwing items in.
But
there.
I guess the only thing
Absolutely
is the only thing I'm afraid of is people who don't realize that, or don't. I'm sure there's an in-game warning also. There's almost definitely a warning that word for word says, "Don't fucking do it, you dumbass. Don't." I see you going to click yes, but it's your new fucking Byaku weapon. Don't fucking do it, and then they do it anyway. I think
Idiots.
so. To be fair, most of the items going into this are things you don't need functionally.
Yeah, it wouldn't be equipping anymore for sure.
Yeah. Like,
or you could, turn it in for seals.
I just know that people don't read. Like, I didn't read because I didn't notice that the first time. Because I was just like, oh yeah, they told us like all this shit before. I don't need to read this section. Going past it. That's pretty important.
Yeah.
that's just that's pretty important. So don't fuck it up. Don't be like, wow, look at these ultimate weapons that I got, and you know what. I want to make sure I don't want to ever put those in there because these are cool. Maybe I want to use the normal glamour system for these because I don't want to destroy these. I have them. It's whatever, It's just,
And that is the other important thing, is that the normal glamour system still works.
The normal glamour system is still there. Just don't accidentally put your new gear in there. Be like, oh yeah, it's just I'm just gonna put it in the glamour wardrobe real quick so I can mix and match. Nope, it's gone. Don't fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just don't fucking do it. For the dyes and everything, I think it retains dyes. Yeah, gear transform into glamour will retain any dyes that have been applied. So that's the other thing to keep in mind, that if you bought like dyes with real money, it's another thing, they will be retained, like the metallic gold and shit like that. Any crest applied will be lost. Worth mentioning that as well, but that's not that big a deal. Other than that, the glamour stuff is stuff we've all been over. The next thing I'm disappointed in. Duty Recorder.
Mm-hmm.
It's only going to work for Byakko and Byakko Extreme. That's it.
It's a test phase. It's a test phase. Like I kind of figured something like this was going to happen, so I didn't.
Yeah, one of the interviews, they said the reason they don't want to use it with Sigmascape is they're afraid of it being unstable upon initial launch and fucking with people's instances or causing some sort of bug that will affect the world first race.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they don't.
I mean, it's a fair point. It's a fair point.
I just, it's like just Byakko, like only him. That's it.
It'll get fleshed out soon.
We want this for everything, but again,
I want it for everything.
I want it for everything. I want it for
dungeons too.
Absolutely, yeah. I want it for everything.
Dungeons,
because it'll make my life. It'll make making content so much easier for me personally. I want it for everything. I understand what they're doing at the moment. Like it's just a test. I get that, and hopefully we will get it for everything eventually.
Yeah, I think they leave it at raids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said. Oh, good.
Chad has another good point. He demoed it in 04 Savage, and even that's not on during the live letter.
Very true.
True.
That's weird.
I mean, it seems contradictory, but like I kind of saw them doing something like this, just a little test encounter, just one encounter, and that's it.
I mean, it does literally say right here, more duties will become recordable in upcoming patches.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've already said Sigmascape specifically was being held back for one reason, but there's so many other things that could be here that you'd imagine would be low impact if, if it worked.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're absolutely right. This is like a content creator's wet dream. But
yeah, so that's why I'm like, I wish it was for more things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just being greedy.
I just only see the main use is just game tape to me.
The other interesting thing to me is that you need approval from all party members.
Yeah, and it can't be done in Duty Finder. Like, period. Yeah, it has to be a fully approved party, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing for me, and I think it's funny, when a new patch is released, previously saved recordings will no longer be playable. So I have a question. Does that mean 4.21 invalidates 4.2? Does that mean 4.25 invalidates 4.21? Or does it just 4.3, 4.2? Or what about 4.28? What about 4.26? Like how... I think it's any time they add new files to it. So, yeah, it's in the works. I hope to see it improved and made a little bit more creator-friendly. Even in one of the interviews he did that got posted this last week, he said it really is more for people who use it on a creative side of things and less for reviewing people, because he knows that they'll be the first people to try and utilize it to whatever effect to highlight certain things. One of my favorite things I was thinking of doing, you can change the camera to be above the arena, and you just look down on the arena when you're explaining mechanics, and people are already in position to do the mechanics. You could do it like a telestrator with football. Oh, hey, folks, John Madden here. So today we're going to learn how to do Neo-X stuff, all right? So you got the tank over here. He's going to be moving over there. You don't want to be anywhere near that guy. That's it.
I'm going to make that a series now.
John Madden here with the quick popcorn pop. There you go. Yeah, so that's, what are you doing, Mary?
I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna make it a series.
That's it.
Where you just illustrate like raids and shit as John Madden.
Yeah,
There you go. That's
And
it.
then,
Let's hear your
Rudy
John
on
Madden
Nichols.
impression real quick.
I'm saving it.
That was not a confident. I'm saving it.
I'm saving
It's
it.
more. All right. All right. Anyway, moving on. 999 items, undo sort. And then it's all little things like scenario guide showing class and job quests now for new players. Thank fucking Christ. As far as I'm concerned, that should have been the first thing it did. The cross marker, I guess the X was a bad thing because they made it a cross. I guess. They actually made it a cross as opposed to an X. My favorite, so you know how there's always one really dumb thing, and I'm not talking about warrior changes in the patch notes. The one really dumb thing where you don't understand it at all. They changed the icons for surprised and shut eyes to make them happier.
No, that makes sense.
Like,
Because when you do shut eyes, your character smiles. And so it was a
but
frowny
both of
face,
them
but
were
your
so
character doesn't
sad,
frown.
and now they're both so happy.
Yeah, because
I
your
don't
character's
know
happy
about,
in the game.
about sad. It just looks.
The second one looks sad. They go from being what looks
the
to be
second
a
one-
negative emotion to a positive emotion. They
Yeah.
even brightened it up.
Slash shut eyes is like your character smiles and shuts their eyes.
I know. I
So the
used-
frown
I used
didn't
that
make
for a video
sense.
or two.
Yeah, the frown doesn't make sense.
It still looks weird though. Just like they just made them happier.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
Okay, when you do it, you don't look happy, Mary.
It's because I'm not happy. No.
No, I'm happy.
You are. I'm
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi. The scroll wheel is
Get a
getting some
room.
additional. the scroll wheel is getting into some additional functionality here.
You're right.
Yeah. Some mouse wheel settings for some other stuff. And it's all little stuff. There's no Eureka. No, Eureka isn't even mentioned by name here because it's not going to be present till 4.25. So
Yeah.
at this point, all I can see is the new emotes. Mount background music is a
Wait,
big
wait,
thing.
wait. Hey, hang on. When?
4.25. It's four. Listen, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth. He said it so many times now.
Do you still believe that?
Yes.
We'll see.
Sly, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we will. We will see.
Thank you for interrupting.
Sorry.
Oh, Mary. I was gonna say with the background music, you can enable normal. The enable normal battle music option is available in the sound settings. This does not affect Fate's hunter duties. So then, why the fuck is it there? Those are like all the things I wanted it for. I know. That's like 99. So there's this option, but it doesn't work for 99% of the fucking things that are in the game. Here you fucking go.
Yeah,
Only
that
thing
is
it does
really
it for is like open world, non-fate related content, pretty much. That's it, and not hunts specifically.
Yep.
Why would
All
they
the-
not do this for duties? That's so dumb.
I don't know. The new emotes, charmed, big grin. Which when I read it first, I was like, "What's a big grin?" I just
Big
read it
Rin
all.
sword.
It's
A
one
big
word.
grin.
Big
A
Rin
big
sword.
What's a big grin?
It's like Big Goron sword.
Yeah, the big Goron sword. There you go. Slash reflect, slash furrow, scoff, tremble, winded, aback, and greet. So those are some of the new emotes.
Oh yeah, winded is probably gonna be GC emote
Oh yeah.
because they do that in the
Squadron.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh man. And then just new music and quick reminder at the end: if a player is logged into the client, logging into a second client with the same service account will automatically log that player out of the first client. That player may now continue to play on the second client. Cool. How many of us log into other clients legitimately? Like, how many times?
I mean-
Australia, man. Have you ever left it on in Australia and then gone to LA and been like, "Oh shit, I forgot to log out, Mom."
No.
Can you log my character out?
No, I haven't gone overseas and left my PC on logged into Final Fantasy 14. No.
Maybe you tried to turn it off and it did that thing where like one program wouldn't let it shut down.
Well,
and it was 14.
Now I don't have to worry about that. Now I can leave all my computers on all over the world and great.
Yeah.
Solved.
I wonder if it fixes where you get kicked out of the game and it's just like, all right, waiting to log back in. Let me know when I'm out.
I doubt it.
I don't know. It feels like it's pretty well designed around that. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah. I like this one. All I read from that is that if RMT gets your account credentials, they'll kick you out of the game first before you change your password. Astute observation.
Yep.
Yeah, and it doesn't say if it says it's second client with the same service account. So it's your whole account, not the character specifically. So it's you just logging into the second service account that does it, or in the other location. I should say not the second service account because it's the same fucking service account. So worth mentioning that. Other than that, I mean, the patrons have a lot of little things, but there's no way we could hit everything. We'll actually be here all day. We will actually be here forever. Overall, I'm still just mostly waiting for Eureka.
Yeah.
We did get some more information about Eureka, and I'm sure Mary is fucking ecstatic.
Oh, I'm excited for Eureka. Hell yeah.
You guys caught the other details about Eureka yet?
Yeah. Absolutely.
What'd you hear?
Well, it's basically a Final Fantasy XI minigame.
A mini.
Basically what it is. They've taken Final Fantasy XI and they've put it in its own separate little corner in Final Fantasy 14, so everyone can start whinging.
Sly, why are you making that face?
I feel like I haven't heard this.
No reason.
I heard about like the de-leveling, but...
Oh, you didn't read all the new stuff that came out?
No.
All right, let me grab a few details for you, my friend. How would you like to hear that?
I would like that very much so.
All right, I'm glad you would like it. So credit to Slicer and Blue Garter for this first Game Watch translation. I'm going to scroll right down to the Eureka part. As per usual, it's probably safe to assume it'll be about a month after a major update. 4.25, the patch that has Eureka. That's the first thing it says, Sly.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Go on.
All right. Let's see. It won't be basic ideas to strengthen weapons and armor. I can't talk too much about it, but in terms of systems, completely new system and content. You think of Eureka as a new field area. It's got aetherites, multiple aetherites for you to go around. You can't fly in Eureka. Monsters won't de-aggro you if you aggro them in Eureka. Everybody starts at elemental level 1, and you're all pathetic bitches in there, so you got to level up.
Can't use DirectX 11. You're limited to like 20 frames.
As of right now, they're still planning on making it so if you die, you'll lose experience points after elemental level 6.
The UI is absolute garbage.
He's listing Final Fantasy 11. I don't know if Mary caught on to that he was just listing Final Fantasy 11.
Of course.
He was like, what interview were those details from?
To help you find a party in any way. It's really exciting.
Dragoon is... Nobody wants Dragoon.
No.
I mean, I'm like that now. Somebody's got to take their spot. They have the Magia board, which lets you switch attributes and stuff for the different enemies. Notorious monsters will not be claim system. It'll be like Fates now, where anybody can participate in an NNM encounter. Fucking Christ. NNM encounter.
NNM.
That's fucking hard already.
In M&M.
In M&M. Everyone will be in M&M encounters. All right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Sounds
That's
good.
It. And then that's just one of the interviews. There are actually a few other interviews as well. Let me see if I can quickly pull those up. Let's see.
That's cool.
Several aetherites and bases, quests to complete. Parties will be formed in game elemental. Leveling your groups will be a significant part of the content. This can be done solo or in groups of up to 8, but larger groups will benefit from chain bonuses. Elemental level will go up to 30 at the start, but will go up in future patches. NMs use systems similar to Fates and Hunts, where all players can contribute. And some NMs will only appear under certain conditions, such as weather. NMs will have a fixed set of rewards. Enemies will be quite strong compared to regular field areas. Even a difference of 1 elemental level can make a significant impact. There will be a time limit in the zone, but it's very generous. It seems to be about 4 hours before you'll be actually removed from the zone. 144 people can be in a single instance at once.
It's a weird number.
Yeah. And some other tidbits of interest regarding what we said earlier with the Aetherites. It seems the Domin Enclave will involve a bit more active participation from players in its reconstruction. This will be handled through a side quest in 4.3. Perhaps this will be tied to the Crafting Beast Tribes? Question mark.
Great.
There you go. That's your question about the Domin Enclave and rebuilding it in general. So the idea of there being another Aetherite there and that being part of the spoilers is not unreasonable, I feel. What's it called? And then let's see. From level 6 onward, Eureka have death penalty. Is there anything else here? Eureka is a hub instance, blah, blah, blah. No, I think that's it. And it'll eventually become one of the strongest weapons. However, with raids, obviously the raids take precedence first. So those are just a few little additional details with Eureka. Cool. But you guys know it's only 15 days till we get the live letter about it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Today. It's 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Exciting.
It's very soon. And then we won't have another live letter for like a month and a half. But probably PAX East would be the next live letter if they do one. Yeah. So didn't they tell us that PAX East was having? They said a Q&A. I think they also said a live letter.
It'll definitely be a live letter.
Yeah. All right. There you go. So I figured you'd wanna hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I had a thought. So we haven't got the dyeable versions of our 290 AF. What if that's the first step of the artifact armor?
So that's another thing. They said on the February 10th live letter that they would be talking about the antiquated gear. That would be another talking point. So that leads a lot of people to believe that that'll have to do with Eureka.
Yeah,
definitely.
There you go. Also, Denmo would like you to know, Mary, that you have a deep, booming, sexy ASMR voice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my.
Thank you.
Not Ephes, surprisingly.
Booming? Booming. Thank you. Ooh.
It's really weird because it makes the sound effect before you're even talking. Like you can hear that it's on.
Yeah.
So it's.
I can do a Genji. I need healing. Right? It's pretty. All right.
That's pretty good. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it. Sure, why not?
2 pigs in space.
Yeah, there you go.
2 pigs in space. Don't hear it.
Don't. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it, isn't he?
What? No.
Pigs in space.
No. Too much.
Okay. But anyways, is there anything else you guys wanna tackle before we go back to hunting monsters?
Before I go back to bed and sleep for the next week.
Yeah, hunting monsters.
Before I go sit in my corner where there are no monsters
where you can watch streams of people hunting monsters.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna go be a cute anime girl and dance with penguins.
Do you think that there's a server in VR chat where you can hunt monsters?
Probably.
That would have to be, right?
Play the Monster Hunter in VR chat. Find a server.
Yeah, I'll hunt monsters in VR, bitch.
Bitch.
I'll go out and fucking hunt monsters IRL.
In your backyard.
Yeah, you got spiders and shit out there.
Yeah.
Kangaroos, they'll kick your ass.
I get it, because they kick kangaroos.
Yeah.
Well, they'll also just kick your ass. They're fucking ripped.
They'll disembowel you.
They got boxing gloves, I hear.
No.
I was misled then. Where's the mount where we get to ride in the pouch of a fucking kangaroo?
That would be disgusting.
Well, Lalafell will fit nice. It's just potatoes.
No.
Fucking gross ass marsupials.
I can't wait to see the Rogan in.
That would be like... No.
The Rogan peeking out of the pouch.
You don't understand. That would be like riding in someone's vagina.
So? They fucking listen.
No, go for it, dude.
Winnie the Pooh did it for
Thanks
my whole
for coming to the show, everybody.
Go for it, dude.
It's been an awesome show, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
I just want to see the Rogan and peeking his little head out. Like that.
You just don't appreciate how gross that is.
Fucking great. Great.
It's no good. It's not a place you want to be.
Listen, if Winnie the Pooh had Rue and God damn it, if Winnie the Pooh had Rue doing that like all throughout, then it's perfectly fine now.
Okay.
As far as I'm
concerned. Basically, whenever we want to coerce you to do something. We just need to give you instances of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, you just need to reference Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
Hey, Mr. Happy, stick your hand in this jar.
Yeah.
Well, he sticks his whole fucking head in the jar.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, it's just come over here, let me your face, and put in this beehive for a minute.
Was that Mickey Mouse?
No, see, I always get Mickey Mouse. I
thing.
can't do every time I go to do Winnie the Pooh. I always do a Mickey Mouse impression instead. It happens every time.
Oh, Christopher Robin.
Think. There you go. Anyway, on that note, why don't we start wrapping up the show?
Why don't we?
Why don't we? He said.
That's a good idea. Let's do it.
It's an all right idea, I think. You know, it's on a scale of 1 to 10. It's like a 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week. Why don't we start with Mary, who's going to be doing this? He's writing something down, it looks like.
No, I'm not doing anything. Hi, I'm Mary. Am I on the thing?
Yes.
You're on the thing.
Hi. You can find me on everything as Very Mary. Even VR chat. I'm a cute anime girl.
You're a cute anime girl?
I'm a cute anime girl.
Right,
Twitch.tv/Very_Mary. Twitter, Very_Mary. That's it.
That's it?
YouTube, actually. No,
I was going to say,
YouTube.
I feel like there's one of your platforms that
YouTube.
You've been
Very
posting
Mary.
a lot of VR chat content over there, so I figured you'd want to share that.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Check it out.
All right, Ethis, why don't you tell people where you're at?
Hi, I'm Ethis. My brain is wet sand at the moment, so I apologize for that. It was Australia Day yesterday, and we went pretty hard. That said, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or wherever, as Ethis Asher. And yes, I will be streaming later tonight after I go and have a long nap, a very long nap.
All right, sorry. I was trying to get this one for the credits, but Slyh, you're up next.
Oh my.
Slyh, you're up next. What's up?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Slyakagreyfox, Twitter at Slythefox, youtube.com/The Velvet Room, Facebook Slyakagreyfox, Instagram Slyakagreyfox07. You can find me tonight hunting monster.
Hunting monster?
Yeah.
All right, and as soon as I can actually reach over and grab this while my hands are full. Hi, I'm Mr. Happy, and this is Dwayne. Aloha, Dwayne the Cat Johnson.
Is that your Palico?
That cat is so fucking fat, dude.
This is my Palico. Right, Aloha? Right? You're my Palico. You love me, right? No? Where are you going? All right.
Going to hunt monsters.
He's going to hunt monsters for me. See, he's hot on their trail. Oh, now he's stepping on the keyboard. All right. Well, that's one way to put it. All right. So you can find me, Mr. Happy127, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Mr. Happy127, all those things. I'm also playing Monster Hunter, but I'll probably play a little bit solo tonight while I try to get Aloha off my desk. Yeah, that's right. You guys can't see. Oh, now you can see him. There he is.
can see him. Hey.
Oh yeah, you guys can see him because he's going crazy over here. But just stay away from my chicken wings, all right? Just stay the fuck away from the chicken wings. But on that note, Aloha. I gotta thank the sponsors. Get out. You never spend time up on my desk. Don't knock anything over. Come on. No, get away from my chicken wings. Get away from my chicken wings. That was my lunch. There you go. Good cat. All right. But anyway, we have one last thing to do. We got to thank our sponsors over on Patreon for combating #demonetized. Thanks.
That would have been good in the Jesus voice.
Good on you, lads.
Demonetized.
#demonetized in Jesus voice.
Not that we weren't demonetized earlier, but that Dix definitely sealed the deal.
No, we were definitely demonetized. I thought the kangaroo thing.
I was just sealing the deal. All right. Dix.
Great way to start thanking the sponsors. Sponsors, so we can say Dix. Pretty much. Aloha also completely screwed up the green screen. Thank you. Aloha. I don't care. But anyway, let's thank the sponsors. We have our standard sponsors first. We have Sidus Oreo on Shiva, Sid Hellwind of Gilgamesh. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong list. That's the Mondays with Mr. Happy list. It's different for Stay the Realm. It is
Oh,
different.
no.
Oh no. Oh, stop fucking doing that. All right. Anyway, moving on. All right, so we have our sponsors. We have our standard sponsors. We have Skia Symphonia from Ragnarok. We have Rah Xephon from Exodus. Rynoet Chikara, the Purple Warrior. Eadric Redsteele on Exodus. Lexxie Valentine. Mantaru and the Rivivus FC on Zodiark. We have Ellisan Le'ore, Sour Cream, and Chives from Jenova. Goetia Valefar on Siren. Hersh of Faerie. Phoenix Down for Company on Goblin. Serren from Zodiark and Rynoet Chikara. And we also have our elite sponsors. We have Crash015, Mustang, Serenity FC on Alt. You all right? You saluting? All right. Well, my air just shut off from you saluting, apparently. We have Crash015, Mustang, Serenity FC on Ultras, Kat Kazuma, Kiriyoshi and the Reckless Tea Party from Cactar, Ignis Fairgun from Diablos, Valestra of Fanfort, Nox Quarters from Excalibur, Curvos Moonscar, Nakaniame, Era and the Avon Blanc for Company on Zodiark, Jono Odin of Tomberry, Private Mikey, Aqua Sacrifice, Spike, Nottingham Kurosame, Rudy Rudiger, Tin Colossus, Killer Hackman, Raul Jr., Dark Lich 2013, Arthur Ramil Gaming Bishop. By the way, one of those names. Okay, yeah. Arthur Ramil Gaming Bishop, Killtastic Jones. Then we have our Patron of Light. Can I get that in the Jesus voice?
The Patron of Light.
I like it. It's very Louis Suarez-esque, I feel. That would be Khuja Cross of Jenova. They are the one that was
One more time?
designated. Yeah, sure.
No, the name?
Khuja Cross of the Jenova server.
Khuja Cross of the Jenova server. Thank you.
It's weird when Jesus says thank you. That's all I've taken away from that one. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
No,
right.
Thank you to them.
Yeah. But it's just how it reminds me. Maybe it's how they
yeah.
Yeah. All right. On that note, though, my cat's being an asshole, so we're going to go into post-show for maybe about 5 minutes max, and then Ethis is going to go pass out, and then he's going to kill, and then Sly's going to kill monsters, and what the fuck is that? I knew you were drawing something the whole time! I was like, there's no way he's just looking down at his desk. I knew it. Why do you have so many napkins?
I was eating lunch earlier.
He just has so many, just you have too many napkins, man. You just have too many napkins.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Yeah, so, gentlemen, I would like to take this last opportunity to extend an invite for you next Friday to talk about first impressions for the patch. No pressure. If you can't make it, that's fine. Yeah? 4 Horsemen again next week?
Let's do it. See you next
Horsemen.
week.
4 Horsemen again next week, then, guys. Next week, we'll be doing our first impressions on the patch. So be sure to be here so we can talk about how it's already been world firsted. So we'll see you guys then. Until then, take care.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.